Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ATNM. We will take a look at the daily time frame. Done this analysis before, but it's been a long time since the last time I've done it. But after today's price movement, definitely a lot of updates here need to be done here. And the chart is now, or I should say, the price is now sitting at a pretty, interesting area from the technical perspective. And give this more context, and it's going to make the chart harder to see. But it's just been a long time since the price had actually been down this low. But from an overall charting perspective, and like I said, technically speaking, the price is down below this area. But the thing with supports and resistance levels is, you have to remember that, they kind of, there's a range element associated to it. But the main part here that I want to get across is that it's within that area, but still it's enough below it where this now comes into play in terms of a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So again, as far as establishing the first part of that rule in terms of, well, was this ever an area of support? If you look down here, you can see, yeah, big time. There was quite a bit of, time back in basically a year ago where the price spent a lot of time there and then got a very, very nice bounce from there. So there is a track record of it acting as support. But now that the price is below it, as the rule states, you would expect it to act as resistance. And it did indeed act as resistance today, got slightly up above it. So the point here being that going into next week, remember the markets are closed tomorrow on Friday for Good Friday. But going into next week, that level right there around the 35-cent mark, or looks like more so 33 cents now that I look a little bit closer. So off to the eye doctor for me. But 33 cents is going to be that initial area of resistance. In the event the price can bounce up through that level and work its way up a little bit higher, the next key overarching area of resistance would be right up there at about the 36-cent mark. So again, 33 and 36, those two levels of resistance going into next week. As far as levels of support, nothing complicated, nothing fancy behind, where this level is coming from, other than the fact that the bleeding finally stopped today down there at the 29-cent mark. So 29 cents will be, like I said, that main level of support going into next week. So we'll see what happens with it going forward. But there's no doubt about it. Big volume with the big gap down, and then you got the, nice little, kind of a nice poor man's hammer candle, we'll call it. We'll see if this can be some sort of leading indicator of a bounce to come next week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.